Cody Step here. Traditionally speaking, workflow automations, or even just building out automated systems inside your CRM, has been one of the most difficult things for real estate agents to accomplish. It's often leading to the best among us building them and everyone else kind of going without them. Well, in this clip, I'm going to show you exactly how we've made it fundamentally easier to do exactly this using SAM.
Victor brought this up. He said, what about whenever I already have dates in the birthday field? How can I start the routine on multiple records so I don't have to go in there and change the date on each one of them or whatever? Great question. And we really didn't have a good solution. If you didn't have a date filled in by using in the contacts records, let me just go into the contact record and we'll bring up our list of bogus people here. You could go in here and select, multiple people and go into the update selected contacts. And you could go in there and do an assignment of the date. But the problem is everybody's birthdays are different. So that doesn't do you any good. If it's something to do with some other type of date, you could do it. But there's no way of mass starting a routine on a date like that until now. So what you might want to do is go into your list, and I'm going to pull up my list. I've got a view for birthdays and anniversaries. So for those that don't know, I'll go through this piece real quick here. So whenever you have your list of names, one of the things that you can do is customize what columns that you want shown in the list. Okay, in this case, the normal columns are like first name, last name, address, city, state, zip, phone, email. But in this case, maybe I don't want my addresses and stuff. Maybe I only want birthdays, the birthday itself, the day, the month. So I can do some stuff. I could come in here and filter and say, just show me my September birthdays. And then boom, it shows them all. I was doing some testing, so everybody was on the 30th. Again, these are just bogus people. But what this does then is this allows you to be able to identify people's birthdays and filter them by a certain month. You might go in there and do something with them, send them all an email or whatever for the month, or do something with it. But setting up these columns are very easy. Over in the upper right corner, you see the little hamburger menu. Click on the hamburger and we can go to layout. And I want to configure the layout. And this is where you can choose what columns that you want to view in your list. Just by placing a check mark in the column itself allows it to show up. If I wanted to show, the street address and the city, I could do that. By choosing those, they're down at the bottom. It actually puts them in the order that they're shown. So one thing that I do, especially if they're way down at the bottom, I'll click on this button that says selected to top. So it just moves everything closer to each other. So it moved the street address and the city up to the last column. But maybe I would want that address somewhere else. I can click and drag it to wherever I want to place that information. In this case, maybe I do want the city right after this address. Oh, I moved that the wrong way. Let me get last name. There we go. So I've got last name. Actually, I'd rather have first name there. Oh, you know what's happening? That's weird. First name, last name, city, whatever. Once you get it the way you want it, and if your ABCs that's over here for your category, You do have the ability to colorize those. A lot of people like those colored. You can then take this and do a save as and give this column layout a name. And whenever you do that, that puts it into this drop down with that name. I actually brought this one up. I have the birthday and anniversary one already assigned, so I can just click on save and it'll save it to the same one. So now whenever I look at it, it has my address, my city. It also has all the birthday pieces that I wanted as well. I'm going to clear that filter for right now. So what you can do then is you can come over here to the birthday field. If you have a routine that you want to start on all of the people that have a birthday, you could come in, select this column in your list, then go in and filter it. And there's an option here for blanks. I want to remove any of the blanks. I don't want those to show, but everything else I do. So I'll just click on OK. So then it shows all the names in the list that have birthdays. Once I do that, then I can now select all my records. And this column is here because I've chose the option to select multiple. If I turn that off, that selection column goes away. But if you want it, you can turn that on and it'll stay on until you turn it back off. Even if you leave the screen or the app, come back in, it'll stay on until you turn it back off. But now with those marked with the selection option there, I now have this new option here called Start Routine on Selected. So I can select that. I can then go through this, this list of routines, and I can pick which routine do I want to actually start. So maybe I want this birthday reminder on birth date reminder on birthday. It's one that isn't automatic. So if I've already assigned it, assigned the birthday, it will go on ahead and created it on its own. But if it hasn't, then it will go ahead and add it. But you can select any of these that you would want. Let me just go ahead and select this one. We'll see. One thing that you can do is if there's a certain keyword or something that you want to use, you could just type in birth, and then whenever you click on the down arrow, then it's going to be anything in there that's got birth in it. So just let you know that the searching capability is there. Once you've selected those, then you can click on Start Routine. So any of the records that are marked, it will then go ahead and start the process of doing this. If the contact, and I may have already put this on these, I don't remember. As it does it, it will start selecting the completed item. And if it's already been selected, it'll go into skipped. If there was any kind of problem with it, then it would go into failed. Okay, so I didn't do that particular routine for any of these. But now I've got 8 of these routines that are started on these contacts. And if I go into one of these and then go into the routine list, you can see there is the birthday reminder on birthday. So it was just initiated. And in this case, if I go to it, it's just the birthday on the date that is specified, which is the 30th. So if I go to my 30th, I would see that in the list. It hasn't happened yet, so it's going to this year. Because today's the 25th of September, it hasn't happened yet, so it'll go ahead and do it for the 25th. If their birthday was prior to today, it would actually bump it all the way to next year's date.
I think you understand now that if you can describe it, you can build it using SAM. And that's the true power of creating automations that are going to help move your business forward. So I'd like to invite you to actually get inside the system for yourself and start building routines that are going to do that. All you need to do, visit sam.com/routines sam.workflowsecrets.info and click the sign up button. This will give you 14 days of access to go and start building out all of those automated systems that you've always wanted to build. Maybe your old system just wasn't able to allow you to accomplish, or you didn't understand exactly what needed to be done. With SAM, it's going to be so easy. And it all starts by visiting sam.workflowsecrets.info and clicking the sign up button. I'll see you inside.